Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slang Hope. And I got a very, very touchy subject that I want to talk about today. You know, I came across a clip that was talking about Trey Songz. Again, I don't know what's really going on with Trey Songz. This is not necessarily about Trey Songz, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on something that be going on in our communities. I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff that be happening in our communities when it comes to us not speaking out against people who rape and who take advantage of women and children, even boys, right? So I wanted to have this conversation real quick. Before I even get into my commentary, before I even get into all of that, I just wanted to share the clip that I came across. I wanted to share the clip real quick that I came across, but yeah, so I'm gonna just run the clip and then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna have a conversation. So bear with me. I hope you're having a good day.
Years, however the fuck long it's gonna be, that Trey Songz doc is gonna be crazier than the R. Kelly one. Trey Songz is the most nasty, abusive, rapey, beats the shit out of women. Like, he is the scum of the fucking earth. Trey Songz is fucking disgusting. Like, his doc is going to surpass, if you ever thought you could surpass an R. Kelly doc, I promise you in 15 years, Trey Songz, his doc will. He's an awful human being. Like a terrible, terrible fucking human being.
Santa Claus.
And somebody is going to knock him the fuck out.
It's not like you know who that somebody is, like, yeah.
This isn't one story. This is personal that I know with, I'm not even exaggerating, close to 15 to 20 women, all with the exact same experience that I know not to be liars at all. Trey Songz was cleared. What is Rory talking about? His charges were cleared. I'm not talking about the charges that he was charged with. It's not what I'm talking about. I have no idea who the fuck charged him for that shit. I'm talking about my personal experience with women that I know personally. He's an awful human being. But I didn't mean to go on that.
That's crazy. I don't know why the cup look like that. I'm drinking a green shake. I really don't know why it looks like this. That's interesting. But anyway, back to the video and the clip. Sorry, I'm drinking my green shake. But back to the video. One thing I dislike that's going on today in our communities is this. A lot of people have become bandwagon people. For example, when the whole stuff came out about R. Kelly was out here for a long time. Again, I don't know what this man was doing, but according to the allegations, R. Kelly was out here for a long time taking advantage of people, right? Of women, younger ladies. He'd been doing that for a long time. Nobody said nothing. Some people said something, but a lot of people kept it on the wraps, on the hush-hush, right? And in the moment, like, he really got into deep water, everybody wanted to come out the woodworks and talk about it. Everybody had an opinion. Everybody wanted to come out and say, yeah, me too, me too, me too. Same thing happened with Bill Cosby's situation. I think that's a little different, but we ain't going to talk about that right now. My whole thing is this. Trey Songz situation, same thing, right? People are starting to talk about Trey Songz. Now a lot of people are starting to have input. Now a lot of people are talking about, oh yeah, I heard about Trey too. Or, oh yeah, I know some people that was talking about it. Like the bandwagon stuff, right? Because think about this. This is my whole thing. Make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate. What type of man are you if you, and again, some of these things are hearsay, so I don't put it on the people, but what type of person are you if you know, if somebody's telling you stories about somebody abusing, somebody doing rapey stuff, somebody taking advantage of them or other people, what type of person are you that you sit around hush hush? And I have a big problem with this, because in some of our families, there are people who are doing that. There are men who know that they have some cousins, that they have some uncles, and sometimes it's their pops or their step pops. There are men in our communities who know or hear stories about other men doing foul stuff to women and children, and they don't say nothing about it. You have women in our communities who maybe sometimes their children tell them their stepdad touched them, or their uncle touched them, or their grandfather touched them, and they don't say nothing about it. They keep it on the hush hush. But then when it gets exposed through somebody else, everybody got something to say. And now I'm not trying to put this pressure on the victim. Sometimes it's hard for the victims to come out and talk about some of their things for whatever reasons, right? I'm talking about when the victim confides in you to tell you that somebody took advantage of them, and you sit around and you still act like it's all good, like it's all cool with the person. Like, I got a problem with that. I have a big, even if you don't really know, let's say go ahead and investigate, do your investigations, right? But I have a big problem with people who stay silent when it comes to some of these issues. And I think that if you stay silent before, when somebody told you this information, stay silent when push comes to shove and it hits the fan, right? That's just what I believe, right? I believe, like, we don't need you to talk now, because when you had the chance to talk against some of these dudes, you didn't say nothing. You stay shut. So now that everybody's coming out and they having the courage to put it out there, shut up. We don't want to hear from you now, because you kept it a secret for so long. So the reason I shared this video clip is because, in the same token, there's people, again, like that's basically what I was saying. There's people who, once it's out there in the media, they kind of like, it's almost like they use it for conversation purposes. It's almost like they use it to just attract people to come to their platforms, or they just want to be looked at as a champion of, I'm marching with the oppressed, right? But it's like, yo, the whole time you might have known this whole situation. So it's like, why are you talking about it now when other people are, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like it's fake. I feel like it's not genuine. I feel like people just be jumping on the bandwagon for their own gain, right? So it was another thing I wanted to say, but yeah, I dislike. I highly, make sure you like the video, circulate. It's not for me, right? I highly dislike people who take advantage of people. Period. And I think the ultimate, and it might be other ways, but I think one of the ultimate ways of doing that is a man who overpowers women and children. I have a big problem with men. Like I said, I have a big problem with people who just overpower, who just take advantage of people, period. So I have problems with men who take advantage of other men who can defend themselves. I have a problem with women who do it to women, but I specifically have a problem with men, being that you were given a little more strength over women. So when you go out your way to overpower women, to rape them, or overpower children, like, I have a big problem with that. And I think a lot of times we keep that hush hush in our families. There's a lot of rapey cousins, uncles, brothers, stepfathers, grandparents. There's a lot of those people in our families, and we stay shut. We don't say nothing. We keep it hush hush, and I think that's a big problem. Yeah, you know. So, walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yo, what's going on? Yo, salute. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here for long. I just came here for a little bit. But I just wanted to highlight that sometimes, man, people confide in us because they see something in us and they're trusting in us. And sometimes we have a responsibility, right? Sometimes people don't want you to talk about it. So sometimes people don't have the courage. Sometimes the victims of rape and abuse don't have the courage, or sometimes they're not believed, or sometimes, people just keep it on the hush hush. So I'm just saying, like, if somebody confides in you and they're okay with it, it's our responsibility, man, as family members to kind of like try to make sure our family is protected in some way, even if that is from a local or a close relative. So I'm just saying these things like, let's stop waiting till it becomes a big thing in the family or a big thing in the media, when people start talking about people amongst our family who abuse our women and our children. So let's stop waiting for it. When somebody tells you about it, investigate it, and we need to be holding court. We need to be holding court for those people who feel like it's okay to take advantage of women and children and other men, right? We need to do that. We need to safeguard our communities and our families. Because think about this. Think about how when you stay silent about a predator amongst our families, right? You're staying silent of a predator in the community, and you're also aiding in a situation that next time it could be another child that could be taken advantage of. Next time it could be another girl, it could be another woman. So I just want us to be mindful of that. Like, don't, like, that's why when people make certain jokes around me, when people, I don't listen. I know that most of the time people that were raped, somebody raped them and they have some psychological issues. But at the same time, it's like, yo, man, like, you need to go get help. At the end of the day, you need to go get help. And it's not going to help if you just keep going around spreading that disease amongst the community. So, yeah, I have a hard time forgiving those people because you're scarring people. In Islam, there's a saying that says oppression is worse than slaughter, right? To continually oppress somebody is worse than somebody getting killed, right? And that's how big that is, right? And to continuously rape somebody, to continually rape somebody, that is a continuing oppression. You don't even got to continually rape them. To rape somebody one time, that is something that is going to be a lasting traumatic experience for that person. That's going to be something that person has to relive from time to time, right? That is a continuing oppression. So I just want you to be mindful of that, right? Like, I just want you to think about that. When people experience certain things, it's certain things that they're gonna stay with them for the rest of their lives, right? So I just wanted to share this message real quick, that when you hear certain things about family members, friends, I made a video about rape culture. You should probably check it out. There's a lot of rapey behaviors that we might have been part of and we probably still reproduce. And I think it's very important that we dismantle and really get into that and how we reproduce that. Like, I don't even play with rapey jokes. Like, people be trying to tell jokes in a rapey way, and I'll be like, nah, homie. Like, I don't play with rapey jokes, because if you're laughing about it and joking about it, I don't know, it might be something there. So make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate so other people could get into this. I kind of like heard some disturbing news over the weekend, and it just made me think about, and then I seen this video clip, and it just made me think about how a lot of times we protect, not physically or not like blatantly, but by staying silent against the behaviors of some people amongst our family or friends or whoever, right? Or maybe we just heard a story or somebody told us about certain stories, but when you don't speak out and you don't talk about certain things, some type of responsibility is placed upon you when that next person gets hurt and you knew about it and you never said nothing about it and you stay silent. So with that being said, hopefully I said something. Yeah, so I agree with you, William. So with that being said, hopefully I said something beneficial. Hopefully I said something that resonates with us. And, let's protect our women, our girls, and our young men too. And let's just be mindful, man. Let's just be mindful. Let's be better. Let's hold each other accountable. And let's call out the craziness amongst our family members when it comes to children deserve to be protected. Our women deserve to be protected. Our children, our men deserve to be protected. So let's just be vigilant. And when these things come up, we got to stamp that fire. We got to stamp that fire out. Don't let this fire spread and burn a lot of people. It shouldn't have to burn a lot of people. We should take, accountability. We should take manners into our own hands. I don't want to make it sound crazy, but we got to do what we got to do to protect our families and our communities and our children. So y'all stay blessed. You have a good night. Peace.